So real quick, I wanted to make a quick tutorial about Desmos and some of the functionality of it. So we're going to graph some functions. So I'm teaching a class right now, Algebra 2 on quadratics. And I like to have the kids graph it, old school, graph the points and plug them in and then and draw connect the dots to draw the curve, right? So what I thought was really cool is that on Desmos, and you can do this in real time, it's kind of neat. What I like to do is you can define, like if I graph this is the graph, right? So when I teach, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that turned off. Okay, I'm going to leave the graph turned off, but I'm defining the function f of x as -2 times quantity x minus 3 squared plus 4. And then what I'm going to do with my students is I'm going to insert a table here, and I'll say, hey guys, let's evaluate some of these things. But first, and I'm going to have them do this, is I'm going to say f of x, and you have to say sub 1. You can just type in the 1 at all, and they automatically do this subscript. And normally what I do with students, I'll say, hey, we think that the vertex is at 3 comma 4, so let's evaluate this at 3. And it automatically plugs in 4. And then I say to students, well, hey, let's go 1 unit to the left, so let's evaluate this at 2. In other words, when I plug in 2 for my input, my y value will spit out 2. And then what I like to do is I like to say, well, because this is negative, I know that my parabola is going to open down. So, and this is the line of symmetry because that's the vertex. So I'm going to graph this point right here, which is x equals 4. So when x equals 4, my y value should be 2. Let's see. And then I do it and it spits it out. Then I go 1 unit more over here. I'll say, well, what happens when x equals 1? And it spits it out. And then I'll say, well, what happens if I follow that line of symmetry way over here, right?